this. I thought
I'm
we had
really
8 more.
committed to being punctual.
No problem. So tell me about all 4 of you have very different styles.
Very different.
So can you just tell me a little bit about what you appreciate about everyone's style and sort of what is the most essential thing about each of their methods?
Well, let's start with Terry. I think her sense of rhythm and fun and whimsy and wordplay are incredible. Shall I start over again?
Did we catch it? It's okay.
Sorry, just want to start cooling the dome off. It's
Okay, just give us 3 more minutes and then we'll open
the door and
both.
guard it, Laura?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
So let's start with Terry. Her sense of rhythm and fun and wordplay and whimsy are infectious. Becky has a jazz sensibility and a refinement of her voice and a lyric style that I love. Melanie is a force of nature. Her music is glue for a group of people. She's so spontaneous and so alive in her music. And I would say that for my music, ease of singing, instant feel of ease and connection and harmony and words that you can say over and over again, where the meaning deepens every time you sing it. And I'm always so gratified when people leave a session that I've led, when I hear them humming a tune that they learned from me.
In your writing, do you tend to favor melody or counterpoint over lyric, or the other way around, or?
Melody and lyric often come in, hand in hand for me. I don't do much counterpoint. I usually write a harmony part that's fairly following the tune, but the tune and the lyrics come first, and then the harmony parts come after that.
Have you always set other people's words and poems to music, or is that something that you're exploring as time goes on?
I do both my own words and other people's words, and either way, whichever comes. I tend to follow every time a lyric or a thought happens. I tend to do it and write it down, say thank you, and if I really like it, I move on, or I jump on it and do more with it. But I don't ignore it. I make a record somehow of every time I write a song.
You're from a generation that has really changed the world, for our generations. Was there a point or a tipping point or a moment where you decided to forge ahead in choosing to document your work, choosing to make your work a public work, a choice of yourself?
The moment I started the Threshold Choir, I felt that I had discovered why I was sent here. I felt like I had discovered my absolute reason to be on the planet. And for the last 15 years, I've woken up every morning with that knowledge, with knowing that all I had to do was keep one foot in front of the other, and it would all take care of itself, and that I really knew why I was here. Now that I'm retiring, it's a very different feeling, but it's now that I know what that feels like, I'm able to feel it in continuity, feeling that continuity. But yeah, you're right, our generation, we changed childbirth, we changed what marriage looks like, and I'm grateful that I've helped change what it looks like to die in America and Australia and various places around the world.
I think this will be my last question because it seems that we've run out of time.
Time.
And more skewed towards art. part B, our B side of this project. So regarding women, feminism, generations changing things, did Joy of Cooking make any impression on you as in light of the feminist movement? In what way, or?
Yeah, it wasn't the only music that I listened to in the 60s and 70s, but it absolutely was a part of my soundtrack, my personal soundtrack. And Terry's voice has to be that iconic voice of the Joy of Cooking that growls and howls and pushes, and that tremendous dynamic. I think it informed thousands and millions of women.
What were some of the other albums in your collection at that time?
On my list?
Yeah. What was your playlist?
Yeah. Joni Mitchell. In fact, Ronnie Gilbert, the wonderful lead singer for the Weavers. I heard her first when I was 8 years old, and I remembered wanting to be a singer because she was. And just 6 months ago, she and I sang at a bedside, and it felt like the most beautiful full circle for me. 55 years later, we are good friends. I'm dedicating the Threshold Choir's next CD to Ronnie, and I would say her voice really had a tremendous impact on me.
Okay, thank you so much
You're
for your
welcome.
time.
Thank you, Kate.
My pleasure.
Una, I think I'll grab some B-roll in here real quick while things settle down in there. Is that cool?
Great, yeah. I'm going to take this camera out of your way then, because we can get it.